Oh, hello, everybody, once again. Get my TV on the right thing here. Oh, Brother Sharp, he's going to show us inside the camp house today. He should be up here in a minute. We'll give it a couple minutes to let people come in. I ain't doing too much today. Tammy gone. Stevens, they gone to, I think she called it the viewing. Hey, y'all, do you know that Mohawk? That's where Carlton worked at. That's Chris and Stan's daddy. Wyatt Earps said, I thought them people lost all their 401k, but Wyatt Earps said that, Wyatt Earps said that company was still in business. Mohawk was the name of it. We always called it the carpet mill. Does anybody know about that? Tammy's sister used to work there too. But I thought they lost all there when that company folded or whatever happened, you know. Hey, I can't remember the question now. I see you saying no. I don't know exactly what I asked. I see Richie used to work there. I'll go ahead and bring him on in here, and I'll ask him about it. Hey, bro, Sharp,
Hey, bro.
we got you on the screen here. Uh, you don't know if you don't know if I mean you ain't never checked in to see about your money that when you worked out there.
No, I never had. And actually, the name of the company is Mohasco or something like that. Mohasco. Mohawk is not the legal name of it. It's just a subsidiary. Name of it is Mohasco.
That's what the name of Mohawk is now.
But that's what it was even when I worked there in the 90s.
Hey, I mean, I was thinking all them people lost their money.
They
I
might
mean,
have.
I think Dina said that. I think they said Carlton lost his too. You know, Richard
That
see
was,
Richard used to work out there with Carlton.
yeah. I was lead mechanic on my ship. But Carlton was the lead mechanic over everybody.
He was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And a good mechanic he was.
Yeah.
And you could tell in his latter years, his eyesight faded, couldn't hear as good, and his hands had a tendency to shake. I don't know if that was nerves or caffeine, sugar, or what. I don't know, but his hands would shake real bad. But he was a very smart man as far as being a mechanic. And every mechanic out there that worked under his supervision, I mean, we respected him, you know, endlessly.
I mean, I think he was working there when they closed.
I'm sure he was.
Hey there, Tasha. Hey, everybody's doing good. I tried to get Wyatt Earp to go out there and get him a tablet where he can see the chat. He can't see the chat, y'all. But he's going to show y'all inside the camp house today. We didn't show that to y'all the other day. They hate these sleep. He can't see the chat, y'all. I told him he could cut his TV on. Go to YouTube. I see him run a bunch of fish over here. It over there, oh, Charles. You're on a short break, I hear you. At least you come in, Charles. What kind of work you do, Charles? I know you ain't got to say where you work. Yeah, I don't know, like how long he's gonna be on in. Okay, Charles. Yeah, good. What you been doing today, Richie?
I cleaned up a little bit, got the fire restoked. I took their neighbor back his air compressor that we borrowed.
Yeah, I really need to buy me one of them things. Steven's got one, and I've used his about 3 times. He said it'll pump your tire up. Plus, if you got a dead battery, it'll jump your battery off too.
Right.
And I mean, his is pretty good. He used to use his like on his phone. it's got some USB ports. And man, I mean, it'll run that. It'll run your phone. You know, these lines, they pull a pretty big load. And it'll run that thing a long time, boy. I have one too, Danny. It also has a USB port. Yeah.
Other than that, I hadn't accomplished much today. Just just trying to get things in order to come home tomorrow.
Uh, hey, I hope we're gonna be going back real soon. I
Man,
gotta,
after I see my lawyer, I didn't mean to interrupt you. After I see my lawyer, I'll turn around and come right back.
yeah. Hey, you ought to, Addie, go see your lawyer tomorrow. You ought to come over here and let's put them sides on that boat. I got some welding rods, and it's all we got to do is put up 4 poles. I got some square tubing. Put one near the front and one at the back on both sides, and that thing will be a lot easier to load up. Your sideboard, it's not on there straight. The sideboard is like made like when you go downhill, it'll be kind of like level with the water. But yeah, the back sideboard higher than the front. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, for I had I done another trailer like that, and I got rid of that boat because it didn't have power trim. You know the one I'm talking about, Rich? That it had a fit. I think it had a 55 horse on it.
I don't think I remember.
I don't know if you ever even seen it. Yeah, Wyatt can wail good, but I mean, I can too. He probably can wail better than I can, but it really ain't. It really ain't too much to it to do it. You do have to have somebody to help you hold the stuff. Tammy or Wyatt Earps or somebody. I think Steven's going back fishing. They brung more fish and put them in the aquarium out here. I think he's going back fishing tomorrow. I got some big old corks, Rich, about as big as your fist. Man, they like $3 a piece. That'd be good out there in the lake, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
That'd be good anywhere. And I wind up like not doing that today. Hey y'all, when you're doing this YouTube stuff, it's real easy to, be watching Steven and like just messing around on YouTube and then see he'll get on that double T, see. You'll be watching him on it, and then before you know it, it's time for Tammy to go live. And then like here I am again. And you're taking a nap. So I mean, you can throw a whole day away and really not get very much accomplished. Yeah, hey, let me know if Lorraine is blocked on Tammy's channel. I didn't see that today, but I was messing around in there. There's a woman a while ago wanting to know what I was doing with Steven's video on my channel. She said it. She seen it, she clicked on it, and she wanted to know why it come to this channel. Probably don't even know me. Danny, my daughter, and I mostly, my daughter's cleaned out my walk-in closet that I haven't been able to walk in for a couple of years. Hey, that's about like me, boy. Like, man. Yeah, hey, I've been gonna get up and get started like all day, you know. But it's easy to mess around and okay. It's easy like to just not get very much accomplished. Yeah. Hey, for my remember when Tammy wanted me to put another rod in her closet. See, and we've done been through this before. Yeah, he can't see the comment. I think there's a way you can do it on the phone, but like, yeah, I mean, I'm never on the phone to do it. But he's got a TV right there. If he wanted to see them bad, he could see them. I done told him how to do it. He needs to see what y'all saying, don't he? But like making Wyatt seems to be a very special friend, a very special man. He is. He's pretty good old buddy now. Hey, whenever, he's about like Tammy. He's about like Tammy. Like just good dude, man. And but a lot of times, Danny, he is quite a looker. Yeah, yeah. You know, we used to talk on the CB and stuff, and all. He was a real big old hit on there. Everybody liked him, you know. Everybody liked him, but he didn't get on there. He didn't get on there a lot. He just had one in his vehicle, and he'd go rambling about every day. And whenever he started rambling, he'd get on there. But you know, if he was at home, he didn't have He didn't have a radio in his house. But yeah, Ace, I guarantee you, if you got one friend like Wyatt Earp, that's equal to 10 normal friends. Because he'll probably do more than 10 normal friends. And I felt bad leaving him down there at the camp house. But hey, my back was hurting. It was hurting bad too. My whole, from where I hurt my back at, all the way up into my neck was hurting. And man, I felt like my blood pressure was high. I didn't know exactly what was ails me. But it hurt my feelings real bad when I couldn't put that boat in the river. And we think we know where another landing is that we might can get in. That man where we went up there and pumped my tire up on my boat, he told us that he's been living there his whole life. And he told us about a landing he thought we could get in. But I actually need to come home and do some stuff. And then he's got to go see a lawyer. In other words, it's not an argument. The reason he's got to see a lawyer, they got something that's kind of wrong with his deed to one of his properties. What's wrong with it, Richie? He can tell you. I heard him talking about it a little bit, but I didn't really understand what he was talking about.
Yeah, it's just whenever the lawyer done the deed, the property line ain't where it should be. And I had it surveyed, got pins, got all the measurements and everything. Just the lawyer made a mistake. I went in there convinced he was 100% accurate, signed it at a moment's notice, but that lawyer had made a mistake. And that lawyer, he's at the point in his life where he needs to retire. But I had to get another lawyer to see if we can't get this resolved, because if I own this much property, I want to pay taxes on this much property. I don't want to pay this much taxes on this much property. And they got the property line messed up. It was an error by a former lawyer, but hopefully we're gonna get it resolved right here shortly.
So here's what he was telling me all that, like, it was something that needed to be got straight. It's not it's not an argument with, he said it's something that needs to be made legal and be right.
Yeah, I mean, actually the land sale purchase transition was between me and a relative. He knows there was a mistake. I know there was a mistake. He's 100% willing to make things right. I'm trying to make things right because I don't want to expire and this get dumped in my youngin's lap. I have a son. I don't want it to get dumped in his lap because he don't even know what in the world I'm talking about. So I'd like to get this legally handled while I'm still alive. That way it'll be better off for my son. He won't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And it ain't nothing but just a technicality. No harm, no foul. Just get it fixed.
They tell you, since you divorced, you come on down here. And me and you and Tammy and Wyatt Earp go down there to his camp house. That don't mean you have to be with him. You can just be with us. we have, well, Stephen has girls come, y'all. You never see. Sometimes. I reckon. I don't know. Well, yeah, like, hey, Sharp, you gonna come over here and help me with the boat?
Man, I will. I'll come over there and weld that thing up.
I gotta. I bought me well, I've had, I bought it when I was making antennas, but it cuts metal, but it's got uh, it's like a bandsaw. You ever seen it out there?
No, but I know
It,
exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, it's got a blade that turns.
Yeah,
And I was thinking here the other day, we used to we used to mess with them drive shafts and stuff. And, uh, what's that thing we used to do to cut metal? A port or something, porter band.
porta band. Yeah,
You know that I ain't seen my porter band that's supposed to be out there. I got one. But it's actually a thing like that, but what I got's pretty big. So you can cut the metal clean and everything. I just wonder if ought to drill some holes in it to screw it to the boat at the bottom, and then naturally got to put some kind of brace to hold it. It can't just be done at the bottom. It has to be on there pretty good. Because sometimes when you loading that boat on there, you will hit the pole.
absolutely.
And that pontoon boat's like a train, man. And you know how, let me see what form I have to say. We had property issues on two of our farms. One was younger guy and asked my husband what lawyer did he have. My husband said, buddy, you're the one that needs a lawyer. We never had heard from him again. Yeah. Hey, there's people that'll try you.
Yeah,
But hey, Richard, we didn't have the pontoon boat pulled up on the trailer good when we got it out of the river the other day.
right.
That thing, like, I had to drive kind of slow on the way home. That thing was swaying that truck. Need to drive down there to the boat landing and back it down in the water and pull it on up to where it's
Yeah,
supposed to be at.
yeah, you got too much weight behind the axles.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
exactly.
need to put you need to put about 65% of the weight on the tongue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I was telling you that truck gets bad gas mileage. So here's what I done the other day, Sharp. I went to East Lawrence and filled that truck up with gas. And I went to the East Oven boat landing and back here. So I knew I didn't need no gas to go down to Half Moon Lake. That went what five, you know, 6 or 7 miles, and then I rode to your house, to the camp house, and you know what little bit we done down there. And I went up to that gas station. My debit card wouldn't work, and I had $40 cash, and I put $40 worth in it. Tammy said that thing must have been about empty if it held $40. And I about, you want to sell that black truck you got, Sharp?
no sir. The black truck, other than the truck I got now, that's the fastest truck I have ever rode in my life.
And so y'all, he's got a stroker motor in it like that. Stevens Corvette's got a stroker motor. How do you know that truck's got a stroker motor, Sharp?
Because I measured the stroke on the crankshaft.
I went one time and looked up, like kind of studied them late model motors, like what makes them so fast. And they are stroker motors.
Yeah, they stroke.
Tell them what a stroker motor is.
All right, a regular 350 has got a 3.5 inch stroke on the crankshaft with a 6 inch rod. And what I'm talking about rod, connecting rod, connects the piston to the crankshaft.
It holds the piston.
Stroker motor, the stroke on that crankshaft is 3.75 inches, which is 3 3/4, and it has a 5.7 inch rod connecting the piston to the crankshaft. And as far as RPMs, it's a it's a different beast. It's like getting off of a 4 stroke motorcycle and getting on a 2 stroke motorcycle. It's just a horse of a different color, different horsepower, different RPM range. I've I've turned that motor right there in that black truck of mine before I even shift out of first gear. I've turned 72 to 7,400 RPMs
Uh,
with no problem. If you take a regular 350 Chevrolet, you can't do that many times. It'll detonate.
you got that right. That means
But
there'll be a
basically,
hole in the block.
yeah, basically what I got is a 400 cubic inch rotating assembly in a 350 cubic inch block. I think I just said that right.
Yeah, you did.
That's, yeah, that's you can stroke a motor and you can actually de-stroke a motor. But when you de-stroke a motor, you go with a shorter stroke on the crankshaft and a longer rod, kind of like the 327 Chevrolet used to make. That's that's why they would run so good because it had a shorter stroke and a longer rod. But they turned them motors 7,000 RPM, which wasn't nothing.
Uh, hey, Rich, I
Yep.
think we done. I think we done lost everybody good enough on the motor thing. You wanna? I don't think nobody knows what you're talking about. I don't think
Yeah, I'm
nobody
sure
knows
they
what
don't.
you're talking about but me. But you gonna show us around the camp house?
Whatever you want me to do.
Yeah, let's show them where we stayed at.
All right, let me walk outside. I'm standing out here on my porch.
Hey,
That right there.
cut that radio off, Rich.
Let me make my way to it.
Right, you're on F-150. The new 2026 order bank is open. Or if you need a Super Duty, Woody available 463.
All right, right back here. My camp house. Porch right there. This is where we sit out here by the fire pit. There it is, right there. The lake is actually toward my right.
Yeah, turn the camera that way, Rich. And you might can walk out there a little ways. I don't know what the limit on the Wi-Fi is, but you can walk out there a little ways.
Yeah, I'm walking out here right now. If y'all if y'all look, the lake is directly behind me right here. 100-acre lake, private lake, and I can walk a little bit further as long as I don't lose you. Well, I can actually see the water now. There's the water right here behind me. Might be hard for y'all to see.
Well, I can see it, but I know exactly what I'm looking at. But
Yeah,
he's pointing right at the water.
it's got kind of got a stain right there on the water. It ain't clear. It's got a stain. There it is right there. 100 acres.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna walk back up here. I don't want y'all to think just because I got this place down here on a private lake that I'm wealthy or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm just a simple-minded country man with a simple living. All right, we'll walk in here. This is inside the camphouse. Nothing elaborate. This right here is the bird house that my brother gave me, Brother Hodges.
Yep,
There's
when I made everybody a birdhouse, I made Richie one too.
yeah, there's a picture of right over the sofa. Bedroom. Ain't nothing elaborate. There's Coca-Cola on the wall. All right, we'll see about the kitchen. There's my ice maker, stove, sink, coffee pot, microwave. Here's here's the, here's the second bedroom. Ain't much to it, just a simple camp house in the river swamp.
It got a washer and dryer in there too, y'all. He didn't show it.
Yeah, I can turn around. Yeah, there's a washing machine right there. Washing machine dry. It's the bathroom right here. Don't have no tub or anything like that. Just stand up shower right here where the curtain is. It ain't it ain't no Motel 6, but it's a very comfortable living quarters. And I'm gonna say in the river swamp, but it don't matter if it's in the river swamp. I got I got everything. I got water. I got electricity. I got hot water, shower, washing machine, dryer, linens, everything that you want right here.
And you got to update the stove there, ain't you?
Well, this is actually an older model stove, but it's a propane stove. Got the pilot lights, 4 burners, and it does exactly what I needed to do. You know, you sit there and cook a 4 or 5 course meal on that stove right there.
Yeah, he's got Wi-Fi down there. And I wanted you to show him that table, Rich.
Oh, yeah, I can show 'em. Might be a good opportunity to sit down. Yeah, this is a old table, Coca Cola.
It's
Yeah,
actually a Coca-Cola table and chairs.
yeah.
Yeah, put one of the chairs out, Richie.
That's the back of the chair right there. I don't know how old this table is.
I asked him, was it worth any money? He said, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of this stuff. I don't know how old it is. Some of it you can tell has got a lot of age on it. Some don't. I've I've owned this place for I don't know 13 years or something like that. My uncle had it before me. Oh, you want me to show him that catalog?
Yeah.
Here it is right here. Bet most of them ain't never seen this. Sears Roebuck, 1909. I got the whole catalog right here.
Hey, I'm going to look at that when I come back.
That's fine, or I can bring it to you.
I'll look at it when I get in there. Tell us the price of something in there.
All right, let me look.
1909. He got a bunch of stuff on the walls, y'all. Like they got it, Cracker Barrel. He got stuff nailed all over the wall.
All right, we got a new Beckwith cottage home organ, $24.35.
Turn it around. Let's see. Let's see it.
There it is, right there.
Oh man, that's a big one, ain't it?
Yeah, one right there on that page. That's what I was talking about right there, the Beckwith or whatever. I don't know how you pronounce it. $24.35.
No, he's had that. He's had. He said he's had it 13 years.
And this right here is Sears Roebuck. Back in the day, this was the cream of the crop. Sears Roebuck. You could get anything from a pair of socks
All
to a
right, too.
cast iron stove to a shotgun. It didn't matter what you wanted from Sears Roebuck. You could get it. Hawkeye probably remembers that.
And I think your refrigerator's like the one we got at our house, Rich. Hey, that show that little cabinet beside the refrigerator, Rich. I was looking at that the other night. I got up and stopped and looked at that thing.
Yeah, that's the old pie safe. You step away from it. That's the pie safe, but the screen in the doors has been replaced with glass. Back in the day, it was screen wire, and people would bake pies and put pies in there, but it wouldn't sweat because it had screen wire.
Hey, let me get you straight on this, Elmo. The what he's going to the lawyer for ain't got nothing to do with this right here. This is another property that he's got where he's got several places, and the other property is not the property that he's going to see the lawyer about. He has a master deed of this place here.
Yeah, 1941.
I wish you could walk down there at the boat landing.
And I might can, but I don't know if the internet would
Mm-hmm.
go that far.
You know, it's a good ways down there, and people just don't come down there.
No, I've been
Oh,
down here before 8, 9, 10 days in a row and see the mail carrier and 3 or 4 4 wheelers side by side, something like that. No, they
I like the tea kettle up above the refrigerator. Where? Let me see that, Rich. I don't even know if I've seen it, but I ain't really looked at everything.
I don't know. Let me see if I can find. So my, let's see. There's a steam kettle right there.
It says on the shelf.
Yeah, there's one right there on the shelf. There's another
Oh
one right
yeah,
here.
yeah. So that's a tea kettle.
I'm not exactly sure what to call it. When's the last time you seen one of them, Hodge?
Hey, my mama had one, and I bet you she still got it.
Well, there it is, right there. A lot of people don't even know what that is.
I don't know. I bet these folks do. Show it to them, Richie. Show it a little better.
Yeah, flour sifter.
I, I was actually talking about the grinder.
Oh, I got the grinder right here. There's a candle in the way.
Hey, there's a bunch of stuff down there, y'all. He's got stuff all over the walls.
Yeah, there's my meat grinder right there.
Show him what Tammy left down there, Rich. He called me up this morning and said, "Did Tammy leave this down here?"
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What was it?
That thing up there on that shelf where you at.
Oh yeah, right here. Tammy left me a get it out of my hand. Left me a figurine right there.
It'll be
Yeah, it
there,
ain't. Do what now?
it'll be there forever, won't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, this place ain't nothing elaborate, but it's comfortable. It's air conditioned. It's heated. All the accommodations you could ask for. We come
And
down here and stay days at the time, and we're not worried about anything. We bring groceries with us. We know we got hot water. We know we got cold water. We know we got heat, air, good bed to sleep in. And this is this is our getaway.
and the
We
good
don't
thing is, y'all, is it's paid for.
absolutely. I mean, you take the average person that comes down here. They have to pay to put the boat in, get the fish, get sweated down. Then they got to take their boat out. Then they got to drive 30 minutes to town and welcome themselves into a motel room that they got to pay for. We don't we don't have to do that. It's 200 feet from my front porch to the water. And whenever we dock the boat, you walk 200 feet, we in the air conditioning. It's 65, 70 degrees. All the hot water you want, all the cold water you want. It's it's home.
Yeah, we had it so cold in there the other day, me and Tammy. Richie had to go outside.
Yeah, it was cold in here.
But y'all, that place right here, that's the best place ever. They, when you run part when you come and you actually cross the Altamaha River, a bridge,
Sure do.
and then you drive parallel to the river down to his camp house. Well, up on the highway, and there's campers everywhere. There's people spent more than what he has spent to go. And he's got a place down there. But there's people like, buy $100,000 or $200,000 camper to do what he's doing right there. I mean, I got one myself. And he's been
Yeah,
going down there. His uncle had it. So he's been going down there a long time.
sure have. Like I said, it ain't it ain't no Motel 6, but we leave the light on for you.
Yeah, he's got TV down there. He's got a fire stick. I put some stuff on there for him the other day. He ain't really somebody that really watches TV. And I watch TV a little bit, y'all. But sometimes I never hear a word they say. Yeah, I got my mind on what I'm doing. And a lot of time I'm like doing this YouTube stuff, looking at Stevens and Tammy's and checking everything out. I got on Tammy's channel this morning. You can test thumbnails. And I just done it for the heck of it. To see like which thumbnail is the best, is gonna check it for me and let me know which one draws the most people. And I bet you they won't be 1 or 2% between either one of them. Which is hardly nothing. And he's got it. That's not no cold place in the winter. He's got heat in there. And Stephen put him a metal roof on there a few years ago. It had to be pretty close to time when he bought it because Stephen's wife went down there. That Bentley's mama. We all went down there and we had it planned for Richie already had the metal. And we had it planned for Stephen to put that roof on. Stephen put the roof on for him and made him lifetime membership. How can you beat that, y'all? How can you beat that?
Yeah, that's right.
And I promise y'all, we gonna be going. You know what I mean? You know me. I've only begun since Tammy has retired. I have only begun. There ain't really nothing holding me back no more. A lot of times, I like kind of hang around the house because of Tammy, but there ain't nothing holding me back no more. Me and Richie ain't got nothing holding him back but a job. He could, I expect he's drove from there straight to his job before. And probably could drove straight back. Richard, did you know that Phoebe worked at that plant hatch?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nuclear power plant.
Mm-hmm. And right up there near the bridge, the bridge that you cross over, there's a RV park on the river. But it ain't like yours, it ain't quite like yours. The river, you had to walk down a bunch of steps. But it's nice. It's nice down there. But it ain't like yours. Like, hell, there's a bunch of campers and stuff. But like, and they all loaded up the other day. Me and Wyatt didn't go, but they all loaded up and went to Benton Lee's steakhouse. And man, Tammy brought me a big old hamburger steak back. Man, that joker's the best hamburger steak I ever ate in my life, boy. I seen it on the bill a while ago, a little bit earlier today. I think it's about $60, which is cheap, you know. But it's a steakhouse that's right on the river.
Sure is.
And if you go from the Wyatt Earps Camphouse to the steakhouse, it's 10 miles by boat. But if you're riding 20 miles an hour, you can get there pretty quick. You know, if you wanted to go by boat. I hardly ever go out and eat with them. Hey, sometimes I do. But me and Wyatt just hung around there. And you about $6 a meal. Yes, 60. Oh, see, Tammy eat too. Oh, I think Tammy got a hamburger steak too, so it was, I guess, $30 a piece for a hamburger steak, but it was worth it though. Yeah, if what you want to do is get away, son, that's about get away as far as you could go. That's about as good a place as any to get away. I mean, you don't hear traffic and stuff.
Sure
And
don't.
some people ride down there and turn around, but I didn't see many. Whole time I was there. I noticed they got a bunch of them buggies around there, Rich. You know, we was riding that other landing the other day. You see how many of them buggies they was riding around?
Yeah, sure did.
Man, what is them people doing?
Just riding. And they do it 5 days a week.
I guess they ain't got nothing to do, had they?
They ain't got nothing to do. They ain't got no time clock to punch. They don't live the life I live. 'Cause I have to work.
Yep. He's looking forward to his retirement, y'all.
Absolutely right. If I live long enough.
With his knee in the shape it's in, I don't see how he's going to make it myself. Because he was limping around down there the other day when we was down there. Brother Judon Sharp, you got how many more years has he to work, Danny? How many more years before you can retire, Sharp?
Well, I'm not but 53. And the way they keep changing Social Security, shoot, I might have to be 70 before I can retire. I don't know. I don't know what they expect out of a human body. And I worked on concrete since I was 17 years old. Both both knees are wore out. One of them's been replaced. Right shoulder's wore out. I don't know. I reckon they just keep me around to be a statistic or something. There ain't no way I can continue doing what I do till I'm 65, 67. Ain't no way. I mean, we work in temperatures anywhere from 140 to 170 degrees. And when you get through working in an environment like that, you you irritated, you're mad, you're beside yourself. You would cuss your brother out, your sister out, your mama out, your daddy out. It don't matter because of the situation you've been in. And then 10 minutes later, you look at the same individual that you just cussed out or just talked ugly to, and then you apologize and you tell them you love them because under normal circumstances you wouldn't have talked to them like that anyway. But we close knit family. Me and the guys I work with, I keep check on them every minute we working. I make sure they don't do about to say anything unsafe. 90% of the things we do is unsafe. But
That's what he's talking about, y'all. That's the part that nobody knows about is how hot it is in them paper mills. I went before one time just for fun with one of my buddies, and hey, look here, man. That stuff ain't no joke, boy. They don't have no air conditioning in there,
no, sir.
and it is hot, boy.
Yes, yeah, it is hot. But I look after my brothers, and you can tell by somebody's reaction if they out of their nature. If somebody's real talkative and all of a sudden they don't talk, something wrong. If somebody is real active, physically working, and then all of a sudden they ain't, they in trouble. Get them out of there. And that's what I do. I look after all my union brothers and make sure they safe. And that the whole time I'm working too. We had to work the other week I can't get down on my knees because I have a artificial kneecap, and I can't get down because that kneecap will break. So I laid down on the floor to do what we was doing, and I was laying in 3 inches of water, 3 inches deep. But I had to do it because I can't get on my knee. And if my kneecap breaks, I got to have surgery again. But I laid down and soaked the water up like a sponge. But that's what I had to do. I didn't complain about it. I didn't cry about it. I didn't call my daddy and confess. I did what I had to do. Why? Because that's the agreement we had when I hired on. Second of all, I'm a man, and you do what you've got to do.
Hey, that's right, boy. That's exactly right. Hey, boy, like, you got to get out here and hustle, y'all. And y'all, I doing my share, boy. I know it might be hard for y'all to believe, but boy, I done some rough work and worked hard too. You know, be so tired by Thursday that like you silly tired. Like didn't even think straight. It take you get tired like that. It takes a couple of days to get over.
Yep.
And then that place he works at, I know like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was working 16 hours a day. And boy, that's 12 hours is a long time, y'all. But I don't see how he does it. Not in that damn place, 400 degrees, like being in an oven. And listen, whenever I was there, it was winter time. When I went just for fun with my buddies, they paid me to go, but I went just for fun because I wanted to see it and everything. I wanted to be inside there and see it. And it was winter time, and it was hot then. So you imagine how hot it is in the summertime. It was hot in the winter, and there was snow on the ground where we was at. There was snow in there that morning, and there was snow on the ground we left. And I guarantee you, I ain't never going back in there to do it for fun.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to do it, bro.
And people don't know, they say you got a good job. Well, he's got a good paying job. They had to pay him a lot. They'll quit.
Yeah.
Hell, they have to bribe them or they'll quit. Then once you get in there and work so many years, which rich ain't never lived no high society life, but a lot of them do. They go buy houses and brand new cars and swimming pools. All of them do that. Richie didn't ever do it. But most all of them, they can't even go to a car lot and buy a used car because they got so many bills. Richie didn't ever do that. You know? He could have. He could have if he'd wanted to. But he's kind of like thinks like I think. And I don't want nothing. I don't want to have nothing that I got to work 3.5 weeks to just to pay my bills. What you think about that, Brother Sharp?
I say you 100% correct. I ain't never went out on a limb and got myself in debt like that. But you're right. And I've seen it with my own eyes. These managers at these paper mills, and I'm sure chalk mines and places like that too, they encourage these young men to buy a new truck, to buy a new house. All right. Well, then what they gonna do is work you to death to pay it off. That's why the divorce rate at these facilities is so high, because the husband is working and he's not home to be with his wife and children. But people look at it, oh, he's making 150,000 a year. Yeah, okay, he might be making $150,000 a year. That's irrelevant. He's fixing to get a divorce and lose everything he's ever worked for.
I ain't laughing about what you're saying, but I'm laughing about what you told me about the other night, Sharp. Woman, he told me a man and a woman got a divorce. They worked at the mill.
Sure did.
And go ahead and tell them about it.
Real good friend of mine. I've been knowing him for 30, 35 years. And he's got a good paying job. He got married. I think he had 2 children. I think I'm telling that right. Two, two children. Well, they parted ways for whatever reason. I don't know. And I'm not even going to speculate. But they got a divorce. And they stayed divorced, I don't know, year, two. I don't know. Well, then they got back together.
You're leaving something out.
Well, yeah, I'm finna back up. I just caught on that. When they got a divorce the first time, she got 50% of his 401k. 50%. And this guy made, I ain't, I ain't gonna say how much he made. She got half of his retirement. And after about a year or two, they made an attempt to work things out and got remarried. And it didn't last but 18 months or so, and they got another divorce. So she got 50% of what was left. That's exactly what happened.
Hey, y'all, I seen it myself. Like a bunch of these. I know a bunch of the people that work out there. I got a bunch of friends that work out there. Them women like they do pretty good, boy. And hey, them men, you know, what was you telling me about recovering, Richie, about a woman recovering and a man recovering
Oh,
from?
if a man and woman go through a divorce, and if a man has to pay his wife or what shouldn't be ex-wife or whatever amount of money, he can overcome it in 5 years. If that wife or ex-wife or whatever, if she has to pay money for the house, estate, whatever, it takes her 15 years to overcome. That's the difference in the ratio. 5 years, 15 years.
Yeah, I'd say that's true too.
Yeah, it ain't been proven. That's just a analysis.
And you know what them women do, y'all? The ones I ate this paper meal. That it's like I was talking about this morning. They'll leave a good man and go get one of them wild-eyed Southern boys. And they do pretty good. I know a bunch of the men and the women. They do pretty good now. The
But
men, the men still be out there working.
yeah, and the divorce ratio is so high, it'll blow your mind. But the people don't care. The women don't care because they get paid every month. But it puts a very bad reputation on that facility in that particular county. But the county makes so much money off that facility, they don't even care. I really don't know how to explain it.
Most of the women I see, y'all they, most all the ones I see out here from this paper mill that get a divorce, them women usually step on up. They don't step down. And I mean, I know a bunch of them, end up with the house. I'm talking about a 2-story house. I ain't talking about no thing like Richie's at right here. I'm talking about a nice house.
I'd rather be right here where I'm at than in a $300,000 house.
You got that right, son.
I'd
It
rather
would.
be right here.
I'm talking about if I could buy that and pay full price, or buy a $300,000 house for a half price, I would take where you at.
Yes, sir.
Cause nothing ain't worth being broke for. When a
Absolutely.
man, let me tell y'all something. When a man is broke, he's the stinkingest human being you've ever seen in your life. When a man's broke, he stinks. And then there's a bunch of them out there. I know the man that worked out there. He had $1 million in his 401k. I've talked to him before. He passed, y'all, and never got to enjoy his money. And I mean, I tell you the way I think. I know Rich is the same way, y'all. But like, I'd rather live below my means and be able to go to Benton Lee's and be able to go down to Wyatt Earps fishing than I had like trying to work to pay your bills. And me and Tammy's like Rich, we don't have no bills except, the light bill and stuff like that. And he's got him a good truck. I mean, it wasn't new, but it's got 50,000 miles on it, he told me. I said, boy, you hold on to that truck. Because he's had several. He told me he bought a new truck. I don't know how long ago. It was a brand new truck, and it burnt 2 quarts of oil between oil changes. And that's every 3,000 miles.
Sure
And
did.
he told the man about it. The man said, that's normal.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's who you should have jumped on, Richie. But telling you that was normal.
We was talking over the telephone. Yeah, me and the guy I was talking to about the oil changes. I bought a 2015 Chevrolet, nice truck, pretty truck. And in between oil changes, and I'm gonna have to correct you, Hodge. I don't mean to, but I'm gonna have to correct you. No harm inflicted. It would burn 2.5 quarts of oil in between oil changes. And I talked to the guy at GM. He said that was well within tolerance.
Shit.
Man, you have lost your mind. I, I said, I don't mind making a truck payment, but I ain't making a truck payment on a truck that's going to burn 2.5 quarts of oil in between oil changes.
You got that right, man.
Man, I took that thing to another dealership. I got rid of that doggone truck. Now,
I
the
think,
truck I got now, I got a 2017 Ram. Got the 5.7 Hemi in it. I don't ever even check the oil in between oil changes or nothing. That thing does not burn oil, no leaks, no nothing. That's the best vehicle I've ever had in my life.
I don't know, you had a Toyota got 550,000 miles on it one time.
Well, I'm gonna have to correct you again, and I don't mean to.
All right, well, lay it on me. Bye, Tosh.
I give that truck away to a family member. His original motor ain't never been rebuilt, ain't never nothing, just maintenance on it. When I give it away, it had 533,000 miles. Sure did.
But I didn't miss it but about 22,000 miles.
Well, and I didn't want to correct you, but I wanted to tell the truth.
Hey, that's okay. That's good.
I
But
don't know how many miles is on it now, probably
And that Chevrolet truck I got y'all that I pulled that boat with, it's the same way. I went out there before I went down to Rich's the other day. I opened the radiator cap and looked in it, and I didn't even pull the dipstick tube out because it never uses no oil. I get the oil changed every once in a while, or either I change it myself, but like it don't use no oil. But I mostly drive that little red truck I got. I was thinking the other day, Rich, I really might ought to get rid of that thing and try to get me something else, you know. Cause I can get my money back plus probably $1,000 or
Yeah.
1,500, you know. I can get my money back out of it.
You talking about the Chevrolet, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'd get rid of it too. But I was talking about the red one. But I'd
Oh,
get
okay.
rid of that Chevrolet too. It's jacked up. And Tammy can drive that Chevrolet, but like it's kind of hard for her to get in because it's jacked up. And, I mean, that was kind of, that was a boat that we pulled that was a truck that we pulled a boat with. But it's also like, it was an extra vehicle for Tammy in case something happened to her car and so she could go to work, you know. And I mean, if you got a good vehicle, boy, hey, I mean, it's crazy to go out there and buy something new and then look at Steven's truck, y'all. Motor done, motor done messed up in
Yeah.
it. His white truck, motor done messed up in it. And I don't know why in the world they won't, a 350 Chevrolet motor, y'all. I mean, that's, yeah, and Ford's got some good motors too, y'all. I don't know why they won't leave that stuff alone. You take a 350 Chevrolet motor, every once in a while you have to put an alternator on it. Every 15 years you might have to put a starter on it. But that's it.
Yeah. About like everybody else, they just can't leave it well enough alone.
They got to try to make the rat trap better, ain't they, short?
Yeah. Ain't no telling how many 350 Chevrolet motors I built. And they probably still running today.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that all that crazy stuff. I mean, they making it where it gets like a little bit better gas mileage. Somebody told me, Richard, that they making the rings weaker for less friction now.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it?
No, sir. I guarantee you, you can run a compression test on my truck right here. And it's got the same compression as a brand new engine.
Yeah, but your motor ain't that truck ain't new now, short.
I know it.
I'm talking about they're making new vehicles with weaker rings.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. Oh yeah, that's building a suicidal motor.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yes, sir.
because of friction.
Yeah.
So it will get better gas mileage.
The gas is cheaper now than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah. All right, Brother Sharp, say your piece. We're fitting to get on out of here.
Okay, you want me to close that out?
Hey, I'll close it out. You say your piece. Whatever you want to say to wrap you up.
You want to go first? You want to go first?
You go first, and I'll close it out.
Okay.
Hey,
Ladies and gentlemen, let me do this. One of the reasons I get emotional when it comes to closing it out, first of all, I want to thank all the EMS workers, firemen, policemen, and like I said, my son is in law enforcement. So there he goes. But I also want to thank our military, because if it wasn't for our military, we would not be doing this. You will not even live in your home. But it's because our military that our flag is still flying every morning and every evening. And I would like to say thank you to my nephew, Bryant Hamilton Neal, former Marine. When he got out of the Marine Corps, he was a sergeant. And that's all I got to say about that. Let the flag fly, but it's flying at somebody else's sacrifice.
got that right, brother.
And I'll leave it with that. Get it, August.
Oh, yeah. Y'all see the kind of buddy I got. He's rough as they come. He a big old baby. And I'm proud to call him my friend. But he's right, Somebody paid the price. They had a bunch of these crazy people, y'all, doing the No Kings. Me and Richie was watching it down there at the river. He is the man, ain't he? The No Kings protest. No Kings. If if Mr. T was a king, they wouldn't be protesting. And them people's lost their mind. And men like me and Richie see that, and we actually want to take the TV and throw it out in the yard. You want to add anything, Richie?
I I will say something. Let them No Kings come down here and let's have a casual meeting. and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Some kind of casual meeting around here. But I won't say nothing else. I will say, uh, I'm blessed to be here 53 years. Got a lot of friends. I've seen a lot of friends be laid to rest. I've actually been a pallbearer to a lot of my friends. Uh, Miss Tammy, I love you. You can't ask for a better woman. And my brother Hawkeye, and I'm not gay or anything like that, but I love my brother. I love Hawkeye. Have for 30 years, at least 30 years. But that's all I got to say, bro.
Hey, I appreciate that, Sharp. And hey, brother, I love you too. And y'all,
Well,
that means a lot coming from an honest man like that. Cause I've always told y'all that I was as straight as they come. I don't get on here and lie and tell stuff that ain't true, and I don't make stuff up. And Richie said, we don't brag, we just tell it like it is. And hey, sometimes it might sound like bragging. If you say that everything you got's paid for, that's something to be proud of. And if somebody thinks you're bragging, I think it might be something wrong on their end. Because everybody wants to be debt free. That's
yeah.
what we work for. That's
And I heard you say it a long time ago, Hawkeye. See, a lot of these people don't know the temperament I got. I can cause bodily harm to an individual, and 30 minutes later, I can pat a baby on the back until it goes to sleep. That's that's me. I don't know if it's a curse or a blessing, but that's me. That it ain't Hawkeye. I'm talking about me. And if I'm wrong for that, blame it on me. But that's the way I am.
I want to tell y'all, I appreciate all y'all coming in here to support the channel. Appreciate all the moderators, all the sweet people. If Wyatt Earp, if he channel goes good, we'll have him back as a guest. And I think it's doing pretty good. But we'll see, y'all. We'll see. And he's always uh he's always interesting to talk to. Me and him get into some pretty good conversations just sitting around. No telling what we'll all be talking about. But I want to tell y'all I appreciate y'all coming in. I want to tell Brother Sharp I appreciate him coming in here and being nice enough to get on here And that's y'all. That's a lot there to get up there in front of that camera and show your house. Get up there and talk. And that's that's you try it sometime. Hey, even if you ain't got a YouTube channel, go do it on Facebook. It ain't as easy as it looks. So once again, y'all, appreciate Wyatt Earp. I appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all the next time. Good night, everybody. See you later, Brother Sharp.
Yes, sir.